Last week we put out a video of us in St. Petersburg at the pier, and we showed Elizabeth going down the pier on the scooter, and we've been getting a lot of questions about it.
Yeah, we thought it might just be easier to go ahead and put together a little video to answer those questions than to put all of them on the comments.
All right, so here we go.
Okay.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill.
And I'm Elizabeth. Live simple.
Live free. And like I said, we got a lot of questions about this, so we thought we would just go ahead and do a video. Now, we are not sponsored.
No.
We are not affiliates. You know, we're not going to make any money from this. We're just letting you know our experiences because we had so many questions. So first, I'm going to have Elizabeth talk to you about her experience using it, all of the creature comforts and all those kinds of things. And then when she's done with that, then I'll come back and tell you all the technical stuff about it, and we'll go from there.
Yep. First of all, I just wanted to explain that this has been really, really helpful to me. My legs aren't weak. I can walk. It's balance. It's balance issues. And I've gotten to where if I have a really long way to go walking, after a while my balance is so messed up that I would have to just sit and rest for quite a long time. So it's made it kind of harder to do a lot of more adventurous things. And we took it to the pier because it's a long pier. And so I was very thankful to have it. It has proved to be very comfortable. My feet just, as you saw, I can put my feet right up there in the front. It is got a little bit of storage here underneath, and it's got this basket, which is very easy to take on and off. And so it's really easy for me to handle. One thing I really love about this thing is that you can adjust the speed as you're going along. And so I'll be I can demonstrate here to you how a lot of that works. But it has been just giving me such a sense of freedom. It's actually been very comfortable. But the only thing I could say is that after a while, sometimes sitting with my legs up like that, they could use a break. And it's good for me in general to have some shoes on that actually are better than these flip-flops. It has kind of a harder sole because it just supports my foot better there on the front. It doesn't work for me to set my feet right down there in the middle part. So, but no, it's been quite comfortable. I'm going to take a quick peek here. I wrote down some questions people have had. I want to make sure we cover everything. But it's, yeah, that's been the main thing. Bill's going to cover a lot of the statistics about it. By the way, I think the color, I picked the red, and it's shiny. It's so pretty. And I like the fact that it gives me quite a few miles to be able to go. That thing, it just scoots along. In fact, somebody else that Bill watches has a scooter and calls it Scoots, and we've ended up calling this one Scoots too. There is a real maneuverability, and shopping is very hard on me because of all the back and forth stuff, vestibular. And I can actually get this out of the car by myself and go in, and it doesn't have a real big basket, but I can actually do some shopping on it. And it has set me free from the situation of going into like Walmart or someplace like that, and they don't have any of their riding scooters available. And so then I'm just really trying to hang in there and not become real. If I get too much back and forth vestibular stuff, then I start getting very numb-faced, and it just goes back to the stroke symptoms. And so this thing has just set me free. It's really funny now because I have to be really careful not to leave Bill behind. So anyway, I've loved it. Let's go ahead and show you some of the specifics here. Well, and another thing with the scooters that we have at the stores, they can go from everywhere from like really slow to maybe a little more pickup. But this is pretty nice because if you look here, this determines your speed. It goes from 1 mile an hour to, well, my goodness, it's at least well over 6. It does at least 6. And as I've said before, I love the fact that I can change that as I'm going along, so that let's say I'm going somewhere and I've got a straightaway where I can speed up a little bit, I could do that. But if I want to be very careful and slow and maneuvering around, then I can just take it back down again. And so that's really nice. Now, of course, if you pull back here, that sends you forward, or if I push this way, it sends me backwards. And this is the opposite, just like a normal scooter. This would be backwards, this would be forward. I can always, the second that I let up on this, it just comes to a stop. So it's really easy to make sure I stop when I need to. But there'll be times when I'm careful to slow down when I'm approaching someplace where I know I'm going to need to stop, so it's not too abrupt. I just turn the key, and it shows the battery life there. And the batteries have lasted really well. We can have two of them ready at a time. Bill can explain more about that. But this just shows me where my battery's at. And then the key, of course, I can take it out. I don't ever leave it somewhere, like if I'm going to go in the bathroom or something, ever leave it without taking this key with me. So it just pops right in there, and I just have a special place I keep it. Here, I can turn lights off and on. So it's got lights in the front and the back. And then, of course, we have the all-important, oh, it's not on. Just a little beep. I'm coming. Little beep, beep. Yep. It's got a really, really bright light. So, and it's fairly comfortable to hang on to. It is just as user-friendly as it can be. I love the thing. He can explain more about how everything works, but I think that covers the very simple basics of how I use it. Hi. Boy, these palm trees are beautiful. It's fun.
Well, first of all, I want to say that this has absolutely been life-changing, not only for her, but for me as well. We can just go so much further and faster and do so much more. In fact, I don't know, some of you that have been watching for a while may remember that probably 4 years ago, I tore the meniscus in my knee, and it's only healed to about 80 or 90%. And I can walk, but anyway, I've almost been toying with the idea of getting one for myself, so we would be road racers going down through the grocery store together or something.
Scooching along together.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but the point is this thing goes up to 6 miles an hour, especially with my knee. I can't walk that fast. So when she's, trucking, I can't keep up with her.
I try to be careful not to go too fast. I really do.
Oh, yeah, she's completely aware of that and takes it easy for me. So let me go through a couple of the technical stuff about this. Now, the entire thing weighs 43 pounds. And when I was looking for a scooter, I was looking for weight, and this also folds down and easily stows away in the back of a car or something like that. And the only part that comes off here is this. And notice she didn't point it out, but it has handles so you can carry it.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it has handles.
But everything else, it just folds down, and I'll show you that in a minute. But some of the other ones that I looked at folded down to put into the back of a trunk or something like that. But they all came apart in like 3 or 4 different separate pieces, and many of them weighed 60 to 80 pounds. What I liked about this is that it, I might as well just show you. 2 buttons there, this folds down, and then there's a release right there for that to fold down, and that's it. It's all one piece contained. And when you put this up, you can adjust the angle. You can put it like that, you can put it like this, wherever you want. So I like this one because it was only this one piece, except for the little basket, and it only weighed 43 pounds. So it's very easy to lift up. And there's metal handles front and back right there in the frame where you can just lift it up and put it right into the back of the car. I'll show you that later. So the weight capacity on this is 300 pounds. So it'll hold a person up to 300 pounds. The mileage, we get 12.4 miles on a charge. And there's actually space for 2 batteries here. I'll lift this up. And when you buy it, it comes with one battery, which goes here, and it comes with a dummy battery, a spacer battery to fill this hole. And you can buy a second battery, which we did. That extends the range from 12 to 24 miles, 25 miles. And so when the battery goes bad, you just lift this out and switch it. Just like that. It's that easy. And you can see the contacts here on the bottom. So I really like that. And like I said, if you don't buy the extra battery, it comes with a dummy battery there, so you don't have that big hole here.
Yeah.
But we thought it was well worth spending the extra money.
Yes.
To get the extra battery. Very easy to switch out on the fly. Now, the cost. They have several different ones. We got the cheapest one, which was $599, and that's with a one battery. It gets 12 miles per charge. They did have more expensive ones that get you further, miles on a charge. But we got the cheapest one at $599. Then we bought the extra battery right here. That was $149 for the extra battery. So the entire thing cost us about $750 plus taxes. We got it from Amazon, and I'll put the link down below. And we are Amazon Prime members, so we didn't pay shipping on it. Now, charging the batteries is very easy. It shows you how easy it is. You just lift it right out of the frame. You can actually just leave it out there in your car and bring in the battery that needs to be charged. And then they give you a charging cord that comes with it. You just plug it in and charge it inside. But we only typically charge one at a time, because as we're riding out somewhere, if a battery goes bad, then we switch it out, put the new one in there, and then when we get home, we take the dead one, bring it in here and charge it. Then we put it back in there and we're ready to go for the next time. So let's see. Oh, and it is also, according to the write-up on Amazon, it is TSA compliant, which means you can fly with it. We haven't done that. We haven't tried that. We don't know exactly how that works. You might have to talk to the airline or talk to TSA to find out exactly how to do that. But that was important to us too, because we fly more than I would imagine that we would have.
Right.
So you can take this on the airplane with you as well. So let me take it outside. Oh, I wanted to show you she mentioned the lights, but let me show you the lights. And she vaguely mentioned the lights, and it does have lights. These are very bright.
Yeah, they're really wonderful. And red in the back, too.
I don't know how bright they look on the camera there, but we actually used this at night one of the times we were camping. Yeah, and I went down to the bathhouse, and I turned this on. I couldn't believe how bright this is. It was absolutely amazing.
He has used it sometimes, too.
Yeah.
It's been really good.
And then we also have this tail light here in the back. So if you got to go to the grocery store at night, it's a half mile away down the road, as long as you got a sidewalk or a big shoulder to ride on, you can actually do that, because it's got headlight and tail light, which is really cool. Now this thing is very easy to load in the back of an SUV or the trunk of a car, unless it's a really small car. There's a button right here. See this, neutral and drive? If you pull it up, it's in neutral, and that allows it to roll very easily. And then you have to put it in drive, and then now it's like it's in park. There it is. And it doesn't roll. Twice now. She got on there and turned it on, and it wouldn't go, and we couldn't figure out why. We thought it was broken. Then I realized it's because we had it in neutral. I just put it back into drive, and then it just took off. So to fold it up, I already showed you this one, so just take the basket off. There's a button on each side of the seat. It releases. Undo the handle. And then there's a good metal frame underneath, and there's a handle on either end. Just pick it up, put it in there. Now you can see that it fits in here very easily. I didn't even have to put the back seat down. And once I put it in here, I generally make sure that it's in drive, so it won't even roll. I don't know the actual dimensions of this. The dimensions are listed on the website on Amazon, so you can see that. You can see if it's going to fit in the trunk of your car or whatever. but I can lift it in there very easily. Elizabeth has a little bit harder of a time, but she can do it as well when she's by herself. So it works very well this way.
Well, I hope that answers the questions that everybody has had. We've tried to be pretty thorough to answer the questions. And I do actually just truly appreciate this thing. That and the trike made me feel like I get wings back again, you know. So this has really been a real huge blessing for me. So like I said, I hope that gives you the info that you needed.
Yep. So thanks for watching.
Yes, live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
Love you guys. And we'll see you, of course, very soon.
Yeah. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Boy, these palm trees are beautiful. This is fun.